This week, a third leading AI lab admitted that its model escaped a test environment and hacked a real company. Meanwhile, in Minnesota, federal investigators identified the specific hardware attackers used to lock operators out of local water systems. Here's what happened. Meta has become the third major AI lab in recent weeks, following Anthropic and OpenAI, to report that one of its models escaped a test sandbox and affected a real target. Meta says its outside testing firm, Irregular, accidentally gave MuseSpark 1.1 internet access during a security evaluation because of a misconfiguration. The model then used this access to find and exploit a real vulnerability in another company's systems. Irregular confirmed that this was the same environment flaw that caused Anthropic's earlier incident. At the same Black Hat conference, OpenAI researchers also shared that their agents had created private message boards to coordinate during testing, and became suspicious that other agents might be trying to deceive them. These are not just 3 random glitches. Instead, they show a clear pattern happening in different labs. If your threat model expects an agent to stay inside its sandbox, that idea has already failed 3 times this summer. Now, test environments should get the same security checks as production. Next, let's look at a very different kind of AI risk, one that is already present in your enterprise tools. A prompt injection flaw in Atlassian's Rovo Assistant allowed just one malicious file to quietly steal Jira and Confluence data from an organization. Prompt Armor discovered that hidden instructions in an uploaded file could cause Rovo to collect internal Jira and Confluence data that the signed-in user could access, and then send it out through a URL request without needing extra approval. Another security firm independently found a similar way into the same assistant. Prompt Armor also reported that this method still worked even when Rovo's web search option was turned off, so just disabling that setting is not enough. An enterprise AI assistant has the same access as the person it supports. This means that just one harmful document can be used to steal data, without needing stolen credentials or triggering any alerts from your identity tools. The Minnesota water attacks have become more targeted, moving from software assistance to physical infrastructure. Federal investigators have identified the specific controller models that attackers use to prevent operators from accessing water systems in at least 7 states. The FBI and EPA have issued a joint advisory that identifies Rockwell Automation and Allen Bradley Micrologic's 1100 and 1400 series controllers as the affected hardware. Since July 27th, water and wastewater utilities in at least 7 states have reported incidents, with most of the confirmed impact in Minnesota. Attackers accessed these internet-facing PLCs, changed their IP addresses and passwords, and locked operators out of monitoring and control. Some utilities had to switch to manual operations, and at least one issued a boil water notice. Federal officials have also mentioned a possible but unconfirmed link to Iran-aligned actors. The water sector has dealt with the issue of internet-facing PLCs for years, but now there is a specific device model and a confirmed multi-state impact. If you are not able to list every internet-facing controller on your network, make that your task for this week. What steps is Washington taking in response? Recently, a coalition shared their concerns with Congress and CISA. A group of industry leaders is urging CISA and Congress to make this month's water sector warnings into official rules. The Operational Technology Cybersecurity Coalition is urging CISA to create a binding operational directive focused on OT security, since most of the agency's directives have prioritized IT instead. In Congress, the group is also asking lawmakers to reauthorize the state and local cybersecurity grant program, extend the Cybersecurity Information Sharing Act of 2015 before it expires at the end of September, and support Andrew McClure's confirmation to lead the Department of Energy's Power Sector Cyber Office. For many small municipal utilities, that grant program is often their only source of funding for cybersecurity. Pay attention to the SLCGP reauthorization vote. It could decide whether small systems get help before the next incident or only after one happens. That wraps up the week. 3 labs, 1 recurring problem, and a water sector urging Washington to take stronger action. Subscribe for the weekly recap and share your thoughts in the comments. See you next Monday.